Welcome, friends. Are you feeling a little bit cheerish and pyro-ish today? I have a fun project planned. Here's how to take wooden snowflakes that I bought at the Dollar Tree, and you can also find them at craft stores. These came in a package of 8 for $1.25, which is really cheap. I'm showing how to apply a napkin to the snowflake using the napkin burning technique. The first thing you want to do is find your napkins, take the 2 sheets of paper off the back if it's a 3-ply or 1 piece of paper off if it's a 2-ply. I have these images. I've cut out a piece, and these are the 3 napkin pieces I'm using. Next, I'll use gloss Mod Podge and apply a thin, even coat on top. Matte and satin Mod Podge works well too. And then I will add my napkin. I like to do this upside down so I can match it up better. And I'm just going to press down on the back here to make sure it's stuck on all the corners. That's important. It's important to cover the entire thing with Mod Podge. And then we'll lay it off to the side and do the other 2 pieces. Now I'm cutting a circle around the ornament, not getting too close to the edges, but cutting off enough that it's more safe and less hazardous when I burn it. The more I cut out, the less burning there will be. I'm just going to try this. This is going to be a little bit more pyro-ish. And I normally do this over the sink so that I'm close to water in case something happens. But for demonstration purposes, I'm going to show it this way. And we're going to start to burn the edges here a little bit. Isn't that so cool? I used to love burning art projects and stuff when I was younger, till I caught a trash can on fire. That put a little kick in my giddy up. Luckily, one of my friends caught it and put the fire out. Now I'll start to burn out those hard to reach areas. I can keep doing this around in the other areas too. To get rid of any excess paper and debris, I can use a nail file to go in and soften those edges and file them away. For more pyro fun, this is what it looks like when it burns both ways at once. It's so mesmerizing. Now I'm turning the ornament over and adding imitation gold leaf to the back side. I have 2 gold leaf sheets here. I'll be really careful. It's in between 2 pieces of paper, and it looks like this. Usually for a pack of 100, it's about $6. I'm just going to cut a couple of these strips to add on in case I need them and keep them inside the paper. I meant to use my other scissors. Oh well. Okay. It's that time for Mod Podge again. I'm coating it with a thin, even coat. I'm just going to dab it on this time. Now I'm just going to let it dry for a few seconds while I wash off my hands. Gold leaf is best applied when it's tacky instead of wet. I can lay it down flat, but I don't want to touch it after I lay it down. So I have my gold leaf here. I'm keeping this paper on here, and I'm looking to lay it down. I don't want to touch it. This broke off. I can lay this piece down. And then I'll use my strips to lay down on top of it. I'm not touching it or anything. I'm still going to wait until it's fully dry before I rub it down with my finger. This can be a real pill to work with if we mess with it too much. That if we do it this way, it's much easier. I can lightly tap it and I'll let it dry for a half hour. Once I have my foil added on the back, I can burnish it down with my thumbs and fingers. The Mod Podge should be completely dry at this point. I can use the file to come around and break off some of this foil. Let it come around on the front a little bit, bring it up on the sides. When I break up the foil, I rub it around on the front so it breaks up into tiny little pieces so it looks all glittery without using glitter. If I have any places that are open like this on the back that the foil did not stick or I didn't get enough Mod Podge, I can go back and glue that, just lay down the foil, let it dry completely, and then rub it off again. Other problem-solving ways to fix this include covering it with gold permanent marker, glitter, or paint. Now that both sides are dry, I like to seal both sides and add a couple little things while I'm doing so. I'm going to take a little bit more Mod Podge. You can brush it on or sponge it on. I'll place a piece of paper underneath this and place this in the middle. And I'm just going to add a little bit more Mod Podge to the center. I can add a metal embellishment. I'll leave the materials down below if you'd like to see where we bought them. Then I like to use a little bit of diamond dust glitter and slightly pour a little bit on top to give a little bit more sparkle and let it dry. Here's what the repeated process looks like on the back side. And here's our finished ornaments. For next year, we have a new puppy ornament and some beautiful plates. These take 2 months to cure, so you'd want to start early. I'll show you how to get these images, and you might want to save pictures for the holidays if you'd like to plaster them on plates to surprise your guests next year. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, and Happy New Year. Bless you, my dear friends.